So hello everyone, this is I am Sagar Shah and we are live at the 7th round of the Delhi International Open 2018. Today is an exciting day as we have 3 leaders on 5.5 points out of 6. Arkady Naidich, the top seed, Karthikeyan Murli, the Indian hope at this event, and Ziaur Rahman, who's showing some phenomenal bit of form over here. So I welcome all of you over here, and if you can hear me well and if you have any questions, please let me know in the live chat. We will be looking over the games, and to start off we will see the first board game between Ziaur Rahman and Naidich. So it started off with a King's Indian kind of a setup by Naidich, who played, and then he later on played c6 d5, so it's like Grunfeld, Slav and King's Indian all mixed into one. Somehow I have always felt that these pawns over here are a little bit overextended. Black can always make the move a5 and create some problems, and that's what Naidich did. He played a5, and now White has a decision to make. If he takes on a5, then of course this pawn on a3 would be weak. He cannot really push. So overall, there's already, he has to make sure that he defends this pawn. So Ziaur Rahman did it in an interesting way. He played knight c3. The point is that if you take here, he would take on d5 first before taking on b4. The way we have a few viewers. Agnivo Ghosh, hi, welcome to the show. If you have any inputs on the position, do let us know. So knight into c3, d into, and we reach this end game where the good news for black is, without having to do anything, he has activated the rook down the a file. So rook a3, rook c1, knight a6. Overall, black's play is flowing. He wants to put his knight from c7 to d5, put additional pressure on these two pawns. So castles, rook d8, knight e5, bishop e6, and you can see that these two pawns on the queen side are limiting the bishop on g2, and they are always the biggest enemies. So always what white tries to do is play the move b5. If he can get in this move b5, then there can be some hope of getting play. So that is why I was wondering if b5 was any good, but it turns out that perhaps after cb, bishop b7, knight going to c5, this once again looks very good for black. So over here rook a1 was played by Ziaur Rahman. Interesting move, because rook into c3 might not really work because of knight into c6, and after b into c6 you have rook into a6. So rook into a1 was played, Naidich took, and knight c7. I think it was somewhere around here I entered the playing hall and I saw that Naidich was not there. I went outside and he was smoking, and it seemed as if he was very relaxed in this position, and so he played h4. Over here Ziaur, I have a feeling that white is unable to make any real progress in this position. What is it that he should be attacking, because the b5 point is guarded. Rook a7 would have been very desirable at this point, but rook d1 is just very strong. So it's all a question of one tempo. White wants to do something, but there's not enough time. Agnivo says, can we have a look at Karthikeyan's game? Yes, sure. We are going to look at his game after this. So h4 was played, and after knight b5 there is no longer rook coming to a7, c4, knight c3. Now f6 is threatened, so that then c4 pawn would be hanging and e2 is also hanging. So everything cannot be defended. f6 came in. Knight had to go back here. I was thinking of knight d3, but then you have knight into e2, king f1, perhaps rook into d3, king e2, bishop c4, and then this dangerous discovered check might cause some problems.
Hello.
So knight
Thank you,
f3,
I'm glad she's here.
knight e2, king h2, knight c3, and black has won a pawn, knight has won a pawn, and well, he looks clearly on the offensive. b5 pawn is hanging, rook might come in at some point if the knight moves, so, and knight e4 is also threatened. So all in all, it seems like Ziaur Rahman is under great trouble over here, and it might not be easy to wriggle out of this against a 2700 opponent. So this looks very bad for the Bangladeshi player. Now, as requested, let's have a look at the second board game. That's Tran Tuan Min, who's with the white pieces, against Karthikeyan Murli. Karthikeyan played two good games yesterday. In the second game, the game was going towards a draw, but he was able to somehow trick his opponent Himal Gusen and win that game. So currently the position that we are looking at in Karthikeyan's game is this one. Very interesting, because the bishop on f6 is attacking the queen on d8, bishop on f3 is attacking the queen on d1. It's very difficult to understand what exactly is going on, but let's try to make some sense of it. The last move was h6, bishop into f6. Now I was wondering if queen into f6 is possible, because now if bishop into g4, you have queen into d4, and this should be perfectly fine for I think this should be perfectly fine for white, unless you have queen takes, bishop takes, and knight to d5. In fact, knight to b5 is even stronger, I would say. White to go to d5. Now you are attacking the bishop and the pawn on c7, and this looks completely winning for white. So maybe this was the problem. So Karthikeyan took on f3 over here. Now the point is, if you take on d8, bishop d1, and if you were to take on d1, then this looks quite harmless. So you must take on c7, but then bishop d4. Interesting bit of play. Rook d1, bishop c3, bc3. Perhaps knight e4 could be possible, and then it seems like black is doing okay here. It might be an equal position also. Let's say f3, knight c3, rook e8, rook e8, rook d6. I don't know, maybe it's just somewhere around even, or this might not actually be so great because of knight a2. So seems like Karthikeyan has things figured out over here. Maybe let's have a look if there are any more moves that have been made in the game after bishop f3. No, not really. They are still thinking about their move. There is a few moves. There are a few moves that have been made. Very surprising turn of events, it seems. In the game, in the game it was queen into f3, queen into f6, take, bishop takes, and now if knight came to d5, then this knight is hanging on d4. So ndb5 was played by Tran Tuan Min, and I'm thinking if you need to go passive and defend the pawn on c7 with something like bishop d8 or rook c8, because a6 will come very shortly. then you might have to consider knight to d5, bishop d8, knight c7. This doesn't look so good. Knight e7, king f8, you take on c8. This looks okay for black, so perhaps not the best way to play. And Chess Ignition says, let's look at Abhijeet's game. Sure, we'll look at that game next. For now, let's try to see if ndb5 by white is very dangerous or not. What do you guys think? Is this move dangerous according to you, or you think that black has things under control? Because c7 pawn is hanging over here, and it might seem as if there are some issues to be resolved. Rook e7 is not possible, knight d5 is jumping in. You could also think of a move like bishop into c3, but after bishop c3, yeah, this is an interesting move, because knight into c3 is met with is around even position. I would say white has some pressure here because of his space advantage over here, but if you were to take this way, I think black is doing just fine after rook e7. So Akash Dalvi says, hi Akash, welcome to the show. Also we have Sushan Acharya who suggests rook e7. Sushan, I am sure you do not mean rook e7 at this point, because then knight d5 is just a killing blow. So yeah, bishop c3 is a very plausible move for white, for black, because I think he will have to take knight into c3, and black should be okay here. I think Karthikeyan will be able to hold this position. He's good at endgames, no real problems there. Yep, let's go to the next game. We had a request here to see Abhijeet Gupta's game. Abhijeet lost a very surprising game against Himal Gusen yesterday, and then he drew his game against Ratnakaran. Today he is playing with the black pieces against who is he playing against today? Navalgund Niranjan, and maybe we can have a guest in the studio. Atul Dahale is here, who just finished his game. He is looking very happy today. Seems like he has won his game.
Yeah, I won my game.
Let's
Yes.
So Atul, how is the tournament going for you?
Well, tournament is not going that good for me. I'm playing horrible chess, but it's okay. What to do?
Yeah, but it happens, and you are right now on 3 points.
Yeah.
3 points out of 7. How difficult is the tournament here? You yourself are a 2150 player right now. So how difficult is it for you to play in this event?
Well, for me, it's difficult only, as you can see my score is so low, but it's okay. I'm trying to fight in every game.
So you've played against a few lower rated players, all these youngsters playing really well, yes?
Yes. I lost against them, like three games I lost.
Great. So we have a question here by Sushan Acharya, who asks Kasparov or Karpov. I'm presuming that you are asking me whom do I like more. Well, I have a feeling that my personal preference is for Karpov's style of play. I really like it. Kasparov's play is somehow a little bit difficult for me to understand the dynamism and all. Although many people say Karpov's play is difficult to understand, but somehow I love these small prophylactic moves that Karpov used to make, and so I'm a big fan of him. What about you?
Well, I like slow style of Karpov only,
Hmm.
but sometimes Kasparov is like good. But it's very difficult, as you said. Like it's very difficult to
Yeah,
understand.
both are
his-
legends. Yeah,
they are
so you
legends.
cannot really decide on two. But I'm sure attacking players love Kasparov a
Kasparov.
lot, and positional guys are Karpov friends. So in this position over here, this is Abhijeet Gupta playing with the black pieces against Niranjan Nawalgund, and looks like Niranjan has an extra pawn here. If you count it. What do you think is going on? I have a feeling that Abhijit is completely off color in this tournament, unable to find his form. But in this particular position, he might have some compensation because of the king's position
Yeah.
on
And I think
H2.
this knight is also blocking all these two passed pawns, and it's very difficult to exchange this knight.
So knight on A4 is kind of blocking these pawns. Yeah, seems like pretty good
And
blockade.
he is controlling the c file also, so I think it's not that bad for black.
Right. But all in all, its last move played by Niranjan was King H2. So we need to think of some good ideas for black. First move which does come to mind and moves like which Abhijit makes is like Queen C2. He is like, okay, fine, I'll exchange pieces if I get activity, but
Bishop
I
D4.
feel that after this it shouldn't be very dangerous for white. I mean, he's getting Rook D1. There are no real tactics in the air. Doesn't seem to work here. Queen C2. So what can we do next? By the way, we have Raksha Bhosle who says, please show Nubair Shah Sheikh's game. Sure, we'll go to that game next. Swag Anna says, Arcady is cruising through. Yes, definitely. Ziaur Rahman has been blank today. He played an opening where he got a bad position right out of the first few moves, and then after that the 2700 plus player showed his class. No chances offered. Akash Singh has asked Tal or Fisher. Yeah, these questions are very difficult. Cannot really give a one answer as such. So we'll let it go for now. We'll come back to it later. So Queen C2 doesn't seem to work, Atul.
Yeah.
So what other moves do you think are possible here?
I was thinking about knight c3, knight b5, but
Yeah, knight c3 attacking the queen. Maybe queen d2 or queen d3. Two possibilities.
and then go for knight b5.
Yeah, knight b5. But in general, you're not attacking anything. A3 is defended.
Yeah,
I
I was
could
just
think-
protecting the d4, so that maybe after
But rook c1 perhaps.
queen b7.
And how about getting my
Knight e2.
knight to e2? Yeah. I mean, if you take here, I'll take. And rook c1 is possible, then queen c1. I think if the material starts coming off, then black will slowly and steadily drift into a bad position.
Yeah.
So it's very important for Abhijit to keep things on the board. He is still thinking for now. He hasn't made his move after king h2. So we will have to wait for what black has up his sleeve. But in general, I have a feeling that white is not in trouble.
Yeah. And king s2 was like Kramnik's move, which he often plays, prophylactic, getting away from all the threats.
Yeah, in general, maybe he wants to at some point, if the queen does get to d8 or e7, play something like bishop g5, protect this, so it should not be pinned. And in general, this looks like a good move.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next game.
Nihal and Pragnananda.
As requested, Nubair Shah Sheikh's game has to be spoken about. But meanwhile, while we are getting that game, we have a few questions. As Chess Ignition asks, please talk about Indian prodigies Nihal and Pragnananda. Have you played any of them before?
I played Pragnananda once in Visakhapatnam, and okay,
You beat him?
no, I lost against him. He was like that time maybe 10
Okay. I think that was a good time to beat him, actually. Now
I
he's
think not
becoming.
Pragnananda. No. I didn't play with Pragnananda. That I played against
Who was he? Arvind. Maybe.
Arvind. Yeah.
Arvind,
Pragnananda I
yeah.
never played.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of confuse the two youngsters, Arvind and Pragnananda.
But I have seen them playing many times.
I saw them playing just 15 days ago at the World Youth for the same team, and it was so nice to see both of them. Very good friends of each other, and you might assume some rivalry brewing up. They hardly care about it. They both love each other. They are always with each other. In fact, I was thinking that they both are friends, but later on I realized that they both actually like each other so much that they would prefer to be with each other. So they would not even be with someone else and travel with bus together, sitting on the same seat.
Oh.
So it's a great friendship that I see bonding between them, and very nice. So
And chess wise also, I think they are like complementary to each other.
yes.
They can always discuss something.
Exactly, and the point is sometimes when they are discussing blindfold, and I realize that when they talk to kids of their same age, they cannot really understand what they are saying. You know, the speed at which they analyze. So it's like when someone is good at something, he needs someone to understand him. So that's true for Nihal and Pragnananda. They both need each other to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So great friendship. I hope nothing goes wrong there, and within a few years we will see them playing for the Olympiad team, or you know, something of that sort. By the way, Chess Forever said, I have played Nihal Sareen in Chess Mine and got crushed by some kind of gambit. Yeah, well, I guess many people could say that he is dangerous, and the thing is, he is extremely well read, and so he has all these new ideas up his sleeve all the time. So sometimes he might play e4, sometimes d4, sometimes knight f3, and that is not what Pragnananda does. Pragnananda likes to play same kind of openings, knight f3, with against e4 he will play e5. So that's some kind of a difference between the two players. Now Male Gupta says, I'm Ayush Gupta. Hello Ayush, welcome. You are a regular viewer of our show, so we welcome you. And Naidish is awesome. Yes.
See if your name is Swag Anna is asking something.
Maybe he's asking the names of us. I mean, of course.
Okay, Niranjan's grandfather. Like, Niranjan is actually my grandfather's patient.
Okay. Chess Forever says Niranjan is actually my grandfather's patient. So go Niranjan. Well, that's a unique relation you have. It's nice to see. Now let's go to the game between Alberto David, who's playing with the black pieces against Nubair Shah Sheikh, and as we received the notification here from Vishal, the game is drawn. E into f6 was played, I think, over here. Maybe bishop f6 must have been taken, and after b into c3. Nothing much to play here, very symmetrical position, so they agreed to a draw. So that's a great play by Nubair.
Yeah.
I think he has been playing phenomenally well over here. He is currently on 5.5 points, and he has great chances for his GM norm.
Yes.
In fact, 2 more rounds to go. He has a performance of 25.55, and if you upgrade the first opponent, which was 1947 to 2200, then he might reach somewhere around 25.75 rating performance. He has beaten Tukhayev Adam, drawn with Pruisers and Garev,
And
now David. So it's amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, we have a script bullet who says, where can we buy Chessbase India t-shirt? By the way, it's very nice. You can see Atul wearing it right now, although it can't be seen in the video, but maybe you could just show the. So it's basically the Indian flag with Indian logo over here, and behind it's written Unstoppable Me. So it's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. And the quality is also good, like you can wear in normal tournaments anywhere.
Yeah. We haven't paid Atul to say this, so he's just saying he likes his T-shirt.
Yeah.
It will be soon available on the online shop, Chessbase India shop, and also we are coming to Chennai Open, so you can get it from there. Or if you are in Delhi, you can come here and order it online.
And there are a few T-shirts also in this tournament. Also, they can have it.
Sure. Yes. Swag Anna says, do you have any GM norms, Sagar? Yes, I have two GM norms. So in that sense, I can boast a little bit for a while because I have more GM norms than Pragnananda and Nihal. But this is going to last maybe for a month or two. After that, these guys are going to overtake. Yes, by the way, Pragnananda is playing at the Charlotte Chess Center in North Carolina right now, and he is on half point out of 2. A little bit depressing because he has to score 6.5 out of 9 to make his GM norm, and he needs 6 points now more out of 7 rounds.
Oh, that's
which is very difficult considering that he has to still play players like Magesh Chandran and one more grandmaster. I think this youngest GM thing is getting to him. He is unable to come up with his best and continuously playing one tournament after the other. I don't remember him taking a break. So it was first World Juniors, then he went to Australia, then he came to World Youth Olympiad, then he went to Rilton Cup. Now he is in North Carolina now, then Gibraltar Open. I mean, come on, he's just 12 years old. He needs a break. But that he cannot get, otherwise it would be like he didn't try to become the youngest
and
GM.
I think in Gibraltar he will get to play against most 2700 players.
Yes, possible, but at the start you will have to maintain a good score on the first second round. If there is an upset there, he won't be able to make it. By the way, many people have told me that these closed norm tournaments that he's playing are easy, but I don't feel so. I think they are very tough. First of all, you need to be in excellent form. All these people are well prepared. So, closed norm tournaments are not easy.
So, what do you think? Like playing in closed tournaments is difficult, or
I mean,
open
the best
tournaments?
part is
you
that
have already played once.
Yeah, I played one closed norm in first Saturday in Hungary, and I realized that you get time to prepare against your opponents. That's the best part. You know how many points you have to make, but that's where it ends. Yeah, I mean, after that you have to play well, and the good thing about is that if you are well prepared, it can be useful. But otherwise, open tournaments, I've scored 2 GM norms in open tournaments, so it was much easier there than in close. In fact, I played recently another norm tournament, and I did poorly. I finished 11th out of 12, although it was an IM norm tournament and I was the IM there. I think you need a different mindset altogether, not an open tournament one. You should be ready to make draws at the right moment, and there's a lot of pressure. So we have a lot of questions coming in, so let's take a few more. Rajiv Kaul says, is there a viewer gallery in the stadium where one can come and watch the matches live, or a big screen? It seems better to hear the expert commentary here. Yeah, of course. I mean, you can sit at home and listen to us. That would be very nice. But here there's a stadium, and there are stands, so you can sit there and watch in the C group
category, not in the A1.
A1 you cannot enter, so unless you have the VIP pass. So maybe it's better to follow us from home and
enjoy the live commentary.
Dhruvil Purani is here. Met him just a few days ago. Welcome, Dhruvil. Will you be covering Kalyan Dombivli? Covering in the sense, we may have a report on our news page, but I'm not going personally there. At least that for now I have no plans.
Gaurish Baliga is asking, where can I buy Chessbase merch?
Yeah, Chessbase merchandise can be bought from Chessbase India online shop. We'll be putting up very soon, maybe in a day or two. So please wait for that. And yeah, this T-shirt here, will cost you rupees 500
Okay.
plus shipping, so it's not very
And
expensive.
collar one is also there, that is like for 600 at plus shipping.
Yes. Chess Forever says, I think there is too much unnecessary pressure being put on Prag. Let him just play and he will become Grandmaster very soon. Yes, I agree with you completely. There's a lot of pressure on him. He needs to relax a bit, you know. I see 12-year-old kids just running around here and there, you know, enjoying life, and this boy has to give constant interviews. I'm guilty of taking a lot of interviews of him, so you know, it's not an easy life for him.
Okay.
So let's look at another game. Atul, what is your suggestion? I think we should go to Vignesh versus
Yes.
Rozum. Vignesh is a dangerous guy for the primary reason, only one, that he is absolutely fearless. He
Okay.
doesn't. He's not afraid of any opponent. Get him even Magnus Carlsen to play against him, and he will just sit on his chair chewing whatever he's eating, and you know, just very calm guy. So he's playing against Rozum, who is a very good player, of course, 2595 GM.
I think he and his brother are playing decent chess since last couple of years.
Yes, definitely. Vignesh and Visak. I had once made a list of top siblings, and number one was this Sergey. What was his name? Belarus guy. Yeah, it's there on my mind. They
Okay.
both were the top guys. And after that, there was also the Horvath brothers, Chaba and Joseph Horvath. And then you have the Polgar sisters. Now in India, you have Visak and Vignesh,
Yeah.
and also in Pragnananda and Vaishali,
Vaishali.
also coming up.
These guys are young, and I think they will improve a lot.
Yes, yes. So Vignesh is white in this position against Rozum, and the last move was d into c4. Interesting position for sure. I mean, one of the most important thing is that white has a very nice majority on the king side,
Yes.
but not so easy to get into motion.
Yeah.
Black's majority is a little bit mangled over here, but it's easy to push c5.
C5.
So let me just start off with, let's say, a general move, rook d1.
D1.
I don't want to give you the d file.
Yes.
So let's say you take.
Yeah, maybe
you
king
take-
c7 is also okay.
Yeah, but the problem is, I think if you play king c7, I take,
You'll exchange everything.
take. But I cannot really. I'm not sure if playing e5 makes any sense,
Knight
because after
d5.
knight d5, what you don't want to do is take here
Capture.
and give black this
Yeah.
nice
Now
pawns.
d4, and then black will be.
Yeah, d4 is coming. So yeah, possible here, but then are we looking at just two results here, or it's possible for black to play for some kind of win or something here? I don't know. I mean, king c2 would not be so great because
c5,
of
knight
c5.
a2, and then knight c3.
You're playing knight c3,
Yeah, but I don't know how can black
king
improve.
e7, knight c3,
Bishop
bishop
c6.
c6. Yeah, maybe it's possible here.
Yeah, bishop c6, and then maybe black can go for b4.
Yeah, this looks good for black actually. In fact, I like your move king c7. When the rooks come off, it seems easier to push black's pawns.
Yes.
By the way, we
The
have a
main
question.
problem, I think, like for white, this knight on f2 is not playing. It should come in the game somehow.
Yeah. Okay, there are a few things. Dhruvil Purani says, I'm taking civil services exams this June. Wish me, sir. Well, we wish you all the best, Dhruvil. Do well. Chess is definitely going to help you to concentrate better.
How old is Vignesh? What do you think?
Chess Forever asks, how old is Vignesh? I think I have seen him in some tournament. I have a feeling Vignesh is somewhere around 20 years old, if I'm not wrong, but I'll just confirm. He is right now, he's born in
90.
1998, so yeah, he's 20 years old and 19 or 20, quite a big talent. 2470.
Yes.
How can we buy DGT board used in the tournament, asks Infinity Game. Well, you can buy it from DGT website. They have these new boards which are made up of plastic but look like wood. Very nice finish. Although they say that there are some bugs still, like when you make a move, say e3, e4, like from pawn to e2 to e4, and you touch e3, sometimes it goes wrong. So they might correct these bugs, but overall it's wonderful. And yeah, it costs something in the range of 250 euros, which is 20,000 rupees.
Oh.
So not as expensive as the wooden ones before.
Okay.
Angom Nongsha is here. He says, good afternoon, Angom, welcome. Actually, Angom is a part of chess based team. He is the one who's bringing all the games live on live.chessbase.com. Lot of
Right.
games in Delhi Open, in other events, he's bringing them live. So Angom, welcome.
Where from you?
He's from Assam.
Oh, great.
He lives in Guwahati, and very nice guy. By the way, we have some suggestions here. E5 by Script Bullet. So I have a feeling that you are suggesting E5 at this point. But
knight
still
d5.
knight d5.
Yes. Okay, after knight d5, maybe we can go for knight e4.
But what about take? I mean, here you just lose a pawn. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
rook e5. I think what he meant was that you take here. Sorry. Instead of
maybe
e5,
after
take,
all
take,
captures.
and e5. Yeah, this is what we were looking at. And
Knight
knight d5 looks.
Okay, knight e4.
You mean to say you don't want to
Capture.
You are even fine with this structure. Yeah,
Yes.
makes good sense.
Because c5 is not possible anytime if he captures like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have good
Yeah,
control
this is
on
a
all the
nice-
dark squares. Light square bishop is not playing.
And if I can get the knight here, and then it would be nice.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm thinking if you can exchange this knight. Oops, sorry, that was a long arrow. If you take here, and then could get a knight on d4,
Yeah.
then you have a nice blockader, and you can start pushing your pawns on the
Pawns.
king side.
Yeah. And the immediate threat is like knight d6, capturing the f7 pawn also. So e5 makes some sense. Good.
And if I go king e7,
Then knight c5,
yeah, and suddenly
or maybe knight d6. Bishop is not doing.
you want to go here, and then bishop is nearly trapped. He has to go to a8. which
And
is
knight
of
d5, knight b5 is coming.
course- Right. So, yeah, good bit of analysis here with the help of Script Bullet. This is nice. If so, I guess king c7 is not something that he would play. By the way,
Can we just check what he just played?
yeah, let's see that. But we have one more question from
Sir,
Chess Forever. He says white can try to undermine black's queen side with a4.
बाहर पूछिए.
And let's say after rook cd1, instead of that you might mean to say take a4, but I have a feeling it doesn't make much sense, because after c5, if you move the knight somewhere, b4 might start to come if you go knight c2 here. Yeah, actually this makes some sense, because if okay, there is rook coming to d2, so a4 somehow doesn't really fit into the plans. That's what I feel, Chess Forever, but maybe I'm missing something here. Dhruvil Purani, yes, he said that it's 25k for the boards. Yeah. Knight h3, knight g5, says Gaurish Baliga. Also
Okay.
interesting
He
to
wants
get
to
your
attack
knight here.
both the pawns.
So overall, it seems white has some chances here.
Yes.
I mean, from our analysis, black has absolutely nothing going his way. Yeah,
Well,
let's just have yeah, chess forever. You are right that if a4 comes and he can liquidate the pawns, but you also have to be careful not to give black an easy passer on the queen side. So let's try to look at a few moves that have been played, if any. Here, yes, definitely some moves have been played. In fact, a lot of moves have been made. So it would be nice to see if anything we discussed did happen. After dc4, he took here. Sorry, he played rook c d1,
yeah.
and instead of king c7, black
Yeah,
took and played king c7. So he kept a rook on the board, as we discussed.
Yes.
It's not so good to exchange both the rooks.
Now he played a4.
a4, by the way, chess forever. You are absolutely right. Like Vignesh, you can, you played like him. Knight d7 was played, a b c b, and knight d1. So
Okay, he is targeting the b5 pawn, and the d5 square is also under control.
yep, this is some serious bit of play, very interesting, and you can see he hasn't touched these pawns because this bishop over here is somehow limited by them.
And the knight on b4 is, I think, quite well placed.
Yes, but f5, Ivan can't just sit there, so he goes knight c3, bishop c6, and
He's
here
exchanging.
take, and there's a small tactic, knight to b5.
Oh,
Um,
it's 1-1 pawn or what?
well, if you take on b5, rook d7,
Capture.
fe, I think you have to
Yes.
take back, rook
e4,
e4, rook at 7,
check,
check here,
and now rook
and
e2.
rook
Now the threat is c3.
draw.
What about, no, c3 is also coming?
No, I mean I can just move my king, and you take here, and it would be a draw. I think nothing much here. So knight b5, kind of prematurely released stuff. That's what I feel. All this knight
Maybe
into
knight into c6 also he.
yes, maybe he just missed something, because even here I have a feeling that white is surely having some pressure.
Yes. But if you exchange any of this knight, then I think black should be okay. You
Yeah,
can put pressure only if you have knights, I think.
yeah, but after take knight b5, I hope we are not missing something, because king b5, rook d7 looks forced. Even taking here, everything looks kind of forced. So yeah. Baljeet Kaur says, how can we install chess base? Well,
Okay, maybe after when we give check. Okay, no, nothing is coming. Rook e2 is coming.
yeah. Well, if you want to install chessbase, just go to chessbase.in, go to the online shop, buy chessbase 14. It's a program which you get links on your email and the serial key there. You download the program from your link, install it, and then activate it with the serial key. That's how chessbase 14 works. And chessbase account is just an online product, so it's online services. You need to get the membership. So overall, it's very easy to become a member of chessbase account and also to install chessbase. By the way, a lot of people come and tell me, why are there no DVDs here?
Okay.
Why are you selling in soft copies? And my only answer to them is that a download is much more
Easier,
convenient than a DVD. You can't carry a DVD everywhere, but you can download a file anytime if you have it on your mail.
Yes.
So that's the future, I feel, and there's no point in going back and getting DVDs here.
Yeah, and nowadays everything is on the cloud,
Yes.
so it's
So-
very easy to install from anywhere.
Yeah. And Baljeet, if you have any issues, just you can write to us at chessbaseindia@gmail. Now on our website we have a small yellow mark at the bottom of the screen where you can send a direct message to us. So even there you can contact us.
Yes.
Well, the time control for this tournament is 1.5 hours
Plus 30-second increment.
straight.
Yeah.
There is no increase after 40 moves, which makes it a bit difficult for everyone.
Okay, he didn't go for this thing.
Yeah, in the game between Vignesh and Rozum, instead of taking on b5, he took on e4
First
and then
knight a5.
but this again looks like you're just going to draw.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be a repetition if I'm not wrong, unless white has something really cool up his sleeve. After king c7, I don't see it,
No, nothing is there.
so it should be draw. Uh,
Maybe we can check any other top
Yeah.
board Nadish game.
let's look at Naidish. What he has done. Has he already won? It's a draw already in
Okay.
Vignesh and Rozum, so we were right there. By the way, Naidish and Ziaur Rahman, it seemed like was completely one-way stream, has actually turned into something of a technical job for Ziaur, for Naidish.
Naidish.
It's just
Pawn up.
one pawn up.
But
Perhaps.
what do you think about the like rook endgame?
No, I have a feeling that it's possible. Let's just have a closer look, because 2 versus 3, it could mean that draw is much more probable than a win. But we have
But
to.
I can see that this king is quite well advanced.
Yeah, knight c4 was played.
Mhm.
So the point is, I don't think you should take, because. Yeah,
Okay,
what if I just take?
Yeah.
No, what's going on? I think he's just winning. Knight c4, you can take, you can take.
He is just winning. Nothing is there.
Actually, I analyzed one position like this, where it was drawish when you get your rook here and pawn on f5. This is an article I wrote recently. It was very surprising for me. For example, let's just say king h2, rook g4, check, king e6, and now king h3.
Okay.
And now if you were to make a move like f5, you have to be very careful, because it's very much possible that this one would end in a draw.
Really? How? Means you are talking about if g pawn gets exchange with the h pawn, then h and f
Yeah,
pawn.
but even here, check.
King f7. Okay, king e5. Rook a6 maybe.
No, but then f4. I think you have f4.
And if you give just check.
Yeah, you can't come out of the checks basically anywhere, right? So you might have to go back and sit here.
On h6. Rook f7 now.
Yeah, something like this.
Then g5, white g5, king g5.
No, this would be not. I mean, this is
Okay.
a draw,
Draw,
theoretically, in a way. I mean, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's winning actually, but you know, if you don't have to push f5,
Yes,
you
yes.
can just go now, get your king nicely in, go for g5
G5.
at some point. So Shiv Gyotra says, Sagar Shah, bro, you are making Indian chess strong. Thank you. Well, I hope that there will be more GMs. I made this kind of ambitious claim that by 2020 we will have 100 GMs.
Wow.
And so and well, I want to play my part in it. 50 GMs in 3 years is a bit
Big.
too much to
But
ask for.
I can see like at least 10 GMs are quite close.
Yes, and if we reach 99 by say some 2019, I will try my best to get the last one. But for now, not much. By the way, Ayush and Dhruvil Purani have made a huge discussion on where they are going to play against each other. I think that's a match which we could cover. Both of you decided right now where you want to play. Interesting. So Naidesh has taken on c4 and Ziaur just resigned. Okay, he didn't even try. We were looking at the game Tran.
Have you seen yesterday's Murli Karthikeyan? He won in almost equal rook endgame.
Yes, I analyzed it, and I have to say some great bit of technique shown by Karthikeyan in that endgame against Himal Gusse. By the way, here it's Tran 2-1 mean is white against Karthikeyan Murli. I have a feeling that this is going to be a long game for Karthikeyan. He has to keep defending because
and the pawn on d6 is a little bit weak, I think.
Yeah, not much going black's way actually. I mean, sure, he has a bishop, but this pawn weakness, uh, I think
And
he'll
at
just
no
go
point
to
he can go in. He can play c5 because d5 will be a
yes.
very weak square.
No, I think he would be aiming for b5.
b5.
The last move was king f2, so maybe b5 can be thought of here.
b5.
He was thinking a4 perhaps. Yeah, it's interesting. By the way, Ayush Gupta says Atul Dahale is an outstanding player.
Okay, thank you for that.
So it's interesting. By the way, this position I have a feeling over here, white is going to push. Tran to 1 means kind of position. He's a positional player. He likes to play slow chess.
Maybe after b5 he will just put pressure by playing rook d2 and rook d1, rook a d1.
Yeah, just rook d2, rook d1. Oops. Yeah, not much to actually discuss here, but I think if black has to get some activity, he must have to go for some pawn break, or else he has to just sit tight.
Yes.
Sitting tight is not something what Karthikeyan likes to do, so it might be possible he would do something active, and maybe it would go
Maybe
his way.
I think like he might give up the d5 square and try to put his bishop on d4. Maybe like at some point c5 and bishop f6, bishop d4.
Yeah, possible. So let's do a scenario like I mean, I can't even think of how you will achieve it.
It's kind of difficult.
Say knight b6, rook d2 maybe, or yeah, rook d3 maybe. Now
Okay, it's
better.
not possible I think.
What if you go bishop f6?
Rook d1.
Now you play c5.
Okay, what about d6? Pawn
you,
is hanging.
you
no?
just also d6 is hanging bc. I don't
It's
think
not
it's
possible.
maybe it's not.
Mhm.
So Agnivo Ghosh says, can you show Deep Sen Gupta's game? Yeah, let's try to look at Deep Sen Gupta's game. Deep has been in decent form here. He
Yeah.
is on 5 points out of 6. He recently won the Hastings Open. Pretty good event. Deep is quite well known to win tournaments. You know, he plays well, but I would say amongst the top players, he is inconsistent. This is the problem because of which he has never crossed 2600 yet, although he has been in 2590 for so many times now. So a bit inconsistent if you would say so, but extremely talented. Has beaten so many strong players.
And he is up there in like 2500 since many years.
Yes, great experience as well. He's playing against Sivuk Vitali. He's white here, and interesting position. Last move was rook to b7. So he took some risk now because black
Check.
can start checking, and you don't want to give up this pawn.
So you need to defend it by maybe king g1.
Okay, let's try to see if this works, because then you take
e6 is there.
an e6. Perhaps this is quite strong because now you have e7 as a threat,
Yes.
and then it's queening. King f6 doesn't work because of e7. King f8 is not good because of check. No, okay. Perhaps just take.
Or maybe you can. Okay.
Yeah,
King is
just
also
take.
good.
King goes to e8, knight b7, and then you're weaving some kind of a net.
No,
here.
no, e6 pawn is hanging.
Ah, okay, sorry.
Yeah, maybe rook into f5 is simple.
Yeah, rook f5, and this is good. So okay, this is dangerous thing, and when you come under time pressure and such things start happening, everything can go wrong. Script Bullet says, I am a big follower of this channel. Sorry, that's Ayush Gupta who says, I'm a big follower of this channel. That's great. And you comment on every video, so we thank you for that. And Script Bullet says, engineers marry engineers, doctors marry doctors. Do chess players prefer marrying chess players?
Okay.
Uh,
You are the best person to
I
tell,
I am
answer.
not I cannot tell on anyone else about anyone else, but definitely I married a chess player, and pretty happy with my decision for now. Uh, well, the biggest advantage is that I travel everywhere with my wife. I think after marriage we haven't even spent uh, more than 1 or 2 days away from each other, so we are traveling to different events. So it makes sense, if you have a chess wife, if you really love chess, you can be going to different places with her. uh, Not so sure if you can do that with someone who doesn't play chess, because that tends to start getting a little bit
But
boring.
have you ever like analyzed with her?
Yeah, a lot of analysis. In fact, I would credit her in a big way for my IM title.
Oh.
We went to Spain for 2 months. We lived there. We practiced chess. We had a very nice schedule. We would because it's like 9 rounds. After 9 rounds, there's no break. You play 36 rounds at a stretch. So we had this schedule every day. Wake up, practice, go to play, come back, analyze, sleep on time. I mean, it was just perfect. And having a good roommate at that point, which is your wife, makes so much difference. You have absolutely no problems.
Okay.
So yeah, for all those who would like to travel, who would like to play chess, I would say good decision. Some people do ask me that doesn't it get boring because you all the time are into chess. Yeah, I guess it might be one of the concerns, but at some point, if your wife does ask you, what are you doing moving this wooden pieces, I think that would be the ultimate insult. I mean, so that's in that sense, I'm very happy that that question will never come my way.
Yeah.
Mm, by the
Also
way,
like,
Prithviraj mentions that your videos inspired me a lot. I'm feeling chess in myself after a long time. I'm waiting for your videos every day. Thank you
Great.
so much, Prithviraj. Chess Base India YouTube channel is growing tremendously.
Yeah, people are liking it, and they are learning also, as he is saying.
Yes, and as we speak right now, we have around 5,500 followers.
That's
It's like in 4 months or so.
Great.
And we request all of you who are watching live that please follow us
Yeah.
and subscribe to our channel. By the way, today starts Tata Steel,
Yeah, great.
one of the biggest tournaments.
And our Indians are also playing there.
4 Indians.
Four
It's
Indians.
a record. Never before. Anand, Adiban,
Hari Krishna,
Adiban, Vidit,
with it.
and Harika.
Harika is playing. Okay.
So Anand and Adiban in A group, and Vidit and Harika in B. So
And, I think Vidit is top seed in B group.
yes, Vidit is the top seed. He is extremely has great chances of winning the tournament and making it to the challengers. I mean Masters next year. So we have Abhijeet here, and it would be very nice to have him talk to us
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
studio. So let's get him on. I think he won his game today.
We were
with
analyzing your game only. It was very interesting. Okay, come.
So let's get Abhijeet on. Script bullet, by the way, says convey our regards and best wishes to the behind the scenes heroine Amruta. She is inspiration for all girls in India to find alternate passionate careers. Please interview her. Well, that's my next mission then, to interview Amruta, my wife. Yeah, should do an interesting one with her. By the way, Abhijeet, this question came just a few minutes ago, and I'd like to take your view. They say, is it better to marry a chess player or not a chess player?
I mean, you have married a chess player, so
I am very happy.
you are very happy. So it's probably you should marry. I mean, it's up to you. It's personal. You know how it is for you yourself. How it.
Chess player if you get, chess player if you don't get, someone else. Yeah. So
I mean, if if you don't get anybody, I mean, being single is not a bad life also.
Very good question.
Yeah, very. Maybe we have also Bharat Singh Chauhan here. We could take his views. What is your opinion? Marry a chess player or not a chess player?
I think marrying is a questionable thing. I mean, it is like chess player means it is suicide, and general marriage is normal death. So you have to choose what it has to be.
So you are saying
How many years you have been dying for now?
Almost 30 years now.
we should get you in the frame, because this is something interesting, and people, because we have two sides, yeah, like I have married a chess player, you have not, so it would be interesting to know. Wait, thoda दूर. Yeah.
Is it fine?
Yes, so now we all are in the frame for now, and we have AICF Secretary Bharat Singh Chauhan here, who's answering a very important question, whether you should marry a chess player or not.
I think first of all I'll question marrying because chess player means it is like a suicide, and normal marriage it's like a normal death. So you have to choose which death to opt.
The problem is that the society is in such a way formed that you have to marry. So if you have to do that, then what would be preferable?
I think definitely chess player will be really good because she will understand the importance of the game and everything she'll understand. I think chess players, it is always better to, but non-chess players also not bad because I have been married for 30 years almost.
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad,
We hope
but,
that your wife doesn't see this
no,
channel.
she is going to see each and everything, and she is going to question me in the evening. But you know, she has been very cooperative, and maybe she is more than a chess player. The last 30 years, she has been tolerating me doing so much, spending so much time on chess and not giving much time to her. But still, I think she is happy with it.
Yeah, truly, I mean, if you see the schedule of our secretary over here, he has been traveling like crazy. He's in Assam at one place, Chennai on the next day. It's a very tough life.
Yeah, I know it's very tough life, and actually there is a lot of things to be done, still a lot of things in agenda and lot more to be done. I'm sure whatever I do, it's still less, so it should be something more.
For sure. Thank you so much, and we are seeing that the number of registrations, number of players who are registered with the ICF is increasing all the while. So hats off to the work that you guys are doing.
Thank you so much, but I feel it is just a beginning, and we have to wait, and I'm sure the good results, big results are yet to come.
Thank you for visiting our commentary box and answering this very important question.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Abhijeet, by the way, one of our viewers over here says Abhijeet has an unusually good sense of humor for a serious chess player. So
Thank you, whoever said that, but
chess forever.
okay, chess forever.
Yeah. So I think Abhijeet definitely one of the coolest guys around in the chess world. I've never seen him sad.
Should
Never.
have seen me yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday was a bad day for you. Yesterday was one loss against Himal Gusen.
Yeah, I mean, in the morning, I mean, like I normally don't settle for a draw. I was pushing. He offered a draw, where I should have taken a draw.
Yeah.
But that is okay, part and parcel of the game, and like this is how I play. So that was okay. But in the evening, it was the position I had. Like I was down a pawn, and later I checked with the computer when I was pawn down, the position was +3.
Really?
Yeah, when I was down a pawn. So imagine how good my position was. And later when
So Ratnakaran kind of.
Yeah.
Did you remember our videos?
I know, yeah. So like at some point during the game, I was so sad. Like I just imagined like about 15 moves back, my position was, what was my position? And like he could barely move, and now I could barely move. But I mean, luckily I still had a drawing alternative there, so
Yeah.
I could end the game with a draw, which was
Which was at least
something. Yeah,
good,
with-
considering you had such a winning position. It would have been a disaster if you would have
yeah.
lost it.
Usually I go for the I usually gamble in such kind of stuff. If he sees.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had like bit too much of it recently, so
Yeah. You are really an excellent swindler. I mean, you have swindled so many players, and I think today as well in some ways, or no?
let's go from the start. Like, it's quite funny, like the whole position. So
You
during
were
the
black,
Mhm.
and Niranjan is a very positional player, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that much about him because yesterday, I mean, we didn't have so much time. Like, I went back to my room around 9:30. I have to have dinner and go to bed, and then again start, around 8:39 in the morning. So I just looked few of his games. I decided, okay, I'll play something, and that's about it. So I just didn't prepare as deeply as I wanted because there was not enough time, and sleep is very important in such kind of schedule. So yeah, I cannot actually comment like what is his weaknesses or like how.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
97 H4, and this is it's like you are looking for some free square for your knight.
Yeah, I mean, what to do? Yeah, such is life. I cannot go to G6.
Yeah, G6 will be met with H5.
Yeah, and I don't see a very good square for the knight.
But this fits in well because if you can get your bishop out here.
Exactly.
and,
That's what I did. Yeah, E3. Probably bishop B4 is more accurate, but somehow I wanted to keep the bishop. I knew like if I put my bishop on B4, more or less is going to change with the knight. So you went for bishop D3. Now knight F3. Yeah, here I think I made slight inaccuracy. I should start with knight G4. So the point is now, if you go some queen C2, I bring the other knight. And now, I'm.
I mean,
It's
it
a normal
looks,
position
it looks
now.
perfect.
Yeah.
Somehow you got your knights there.
So, but like, I was probably playing too fast here. I didn't understood the actual point of this bishop D3 and stuff. So I played D6, like A6, knight F3, D6.
Yeah.
So queen C2, and now I cannot do my maneuver with the knight.
Yes.
So usually I think the plan should
Are
be
you
like.
afraid of this pawn hanging here?
Yes, pawn is a pawn.
Yeah, and you can't do G6 at all.
I can't do
so
G6 at all. Yeah. So I went for queen E7, A3. So knight H6. By the way, this is the B8 knight.
Yeah. So just making a route. This knight has seen many good days. By the way, did it help you to win the game in any way? Maybe it would be interesting to see. You will have to think.
Yeah, when this knight got exchanged, probably
Did
I
this
managed
knight
to win
go
a
to
rook.
A4?
Yes, I think so.
Okay,
So
let's
knight
have a look.
G5, knight G4 is normal. Probably knight E4 takes bishop A7. So I want to play. I mean, this is pretty normal position. I feel like white might be slightly better, but
Yeah.
it's like very unclear. Knight G3, H5. The problem is I want to somehow get G6, F5, but he always has this H5 and H5, Queen E2. So G6.
So you could not start with G6.
Yeah,
here?
I mean H5. Then his play is
gets
somewhat justified,
Yeah.
So after H5, he again has to reroute his knight because I'm going to play G6 and knight on G3 is sort of dominated for a while. So plays Queen E2, G6, F3, knight F6. Now I think he went for E4. I mean, I don't like this move so much, but
I mean, for white to choose a plan is not so easy.
it's not so easy because I'm going to play bishop D7, C6, and I'm going to open up the position, and like I'm going to ask like where you're going to put your king.
Yeah.
Whereas I can just put king F8, king G7, and I'm safe. Like I mean, I can see like what's going on. And I can castle this side, that side. Yeah.
By the way, when say a player who is rated 300 points below you makes a move like H4, I think you might be a little bit happy because the game is going to be interesting now. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I have to be fair here. I know this move and I know knight g8 also.
Yeah, sure.
So
I mean, this is theory and we know it, but somehow it gives you positions where it won't
it
go
will be
to
somewhat
drawish,
wild, yeah.
stuff.
But I mean, you can see like this kind of position is not that wild. Like it's white is pretty much in control still. Like.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, in a way, you are sort of you can be happy also because your opponent is also trying, but in other sense, like you can also get into some trouble.
Yes,
you know?
yes. Ambitious opponents always can
Always
take a full
dangerous,
point
yeah.
away from you.
e4 knight d. So here I think I was already very comfortable. Bishop d4, rook b1. Now b5 is I think too rash.
He could have done
Yeah,
this.
castle the knight c5 and bishop c2 just probably a5.
Maybe b5 or something.
b5 a5 like a5 a4 and
Yeah, black is okay. So rook b1, b5.
But b5 is sort of a bit too rash. Like
Yeah.
I should just play king f8, king g7, like I said in the previous line, and should be I mean, black is comfortable here. I feel. But after b5, c b5, knight c5, bishop c4. So my original idea was to play king f8 anyway here.
Okay.
But somehow I didn't see how to continue once he plays bishop e3, or maybe first bishop g5, f6, then bishop e3, so that h4 doesn't hang when he castles. So somehow I have to. I mean, I don't know how to make it work. Like
Okay, for example, you take and put king on g7. I think you want to play like Benko. You want to
I could
get
do that,
the other
but like
rook.
I didn't like b4 because my knight doesn't have square right now, and he puts his bishop on c6, and
Yeah.
it's like my position is cut into two parts. You know, like
this bishop should have been out by now.
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. Also, see, I don't like my pawn on c7. I mean, I would.
Yeah.
It would be better if the pawn is not there at all. You know.
Sure.
So yeah, so I went for. I mean, instead of king f8, I decided to change this piece.
By the way, just to break you a bit, Dhawal Gaming and stuff says, big fan of yours. Could you give a shout out, please?
Hello, Dawal Gaming and stuff. Good luck.
Great. So bishop d7, b4, and you got your knight to a4. By the way, guys, this knight has been on a huge pilgrimage. I might miss out on some square that it went to, but yeah, this is essentially how it got there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So rook b3, castles, bishop d. Yeah, bishop e3. I mean, now I have compensation. I mean, probably I have sufficient compensation, but still probably white can hold this.
Yeah, I think when I came into the live commentary, this is the position which we started discussing after king h2. And
No, I think I didn't like king h2 so much. He could take immediately.
here, yeah.
Yeah. And play something queen d3. I go queen b6 and knight e2, knight c3, and yeah, I thought somehow white should be able to hold this. Like,
Yeah, I mean, white.
I mean, okay, I understand. Like, he's a bit confused because I mean, if he moves the king, I take and play rook c3, and okay, but yeah, I felt like it should not be that big of a deal, you know.
Yeah.
But king h2.
King h2 is natural getting out of this.
Yeah, but here already knight c3 and
But queen d3, what exactly
queen
is happening?
a4.
Okay.
So now, I mean, his rook is sort of stuck. He should have played rook b2 anyway. Here.
Rook
The
b2.
problem is here rook b2. Probably I would have taken on a3.
Yeah, take.
But he must have thought like bishop e3 and knight d1. Maybe that's why he didn't go here.
Bishop e3,
Queen
queen e3, knight d1. But I think he just.
No. This is fine. I think he starts with queen g5
Okay.
and knight b2, knight h5.
Wow.
And somehow maybe it's winning, maybe it's not. But during the game, I could not.
Yeah, because
decide.
all these guys here
Yeah.
are just too far away
Yeah,
from
yeah.
your king.
And like I was not sure, but in the end I decided like
Just a sample line could be if you want
Yeah,
to
some
get your
checks.
queen in, knight f6, king here,
check.
king back, check. Yeah, not so easy to get out of these checks actually.
No, I think you should go king f8, queen h6. No, I mean yeah, okay. This also is the same. I mean, what I was saying is like instead of
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is-
queen a7, knight f6, king f8, queen h6, king e7, and queen g5 back. You know, it's this kind of
Nice.
it's very rich. Now you're threatening knight d5.
The knight is taking away all the squares. Maybe
Yeah.
king e6.
Yeah, but it felt. I mean, even rook d1. You know, move like rook d1 is possible. So.
Yeah. Okay, maybe not rook d1. but
Okay, yes, I'm sorry. Maybe knight
Uh,
d5 something.
Yeah.
Knight
In,
d5.
in
yeah.
general, it seems very dangerous over here.
I mean, now again we are playing as for 3 results.
Mm. So you would have, instead of playing knight over here, take and knight d1, you would have taken on a3.
Yeah, I would have taken on e3, goes rook c2.
Mm. One
Yeah,
question
yeah,
to you
no,
is,
no, that's okay.
how can we become the next Abhijeet Gupta? So maybe after the game you could answer that. Bishop d4, queen b3.
Queen d6, rook a3.
This
Queen-
seemed, after this, is it technical?
No, it's not
or-
that so easy. It's not queen f6, rook a2. Now knight h5 is, to be honest, it's very tricky. Takes,
Take.
queen g5, king f8. So the important thing is not to play rook d1 immediately because of queen c6, but first give queen h6 check
Mm-hmm.
and king e8 and rook d1. And somehow it was not that easy to make this, I mean, to win this one.
Well, this can be only two results possible here. Either maybe even a draw, but yeah, anything can happen, right?
No, I mean, okay, two results as in like this will be perpetual or not.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you need to keep the e5 pawn protected. So queen c6, of course, doesn't seem to be
no, this is
working.
working, but rook d6 is like, and then the third result might be also possible.
Rook d6. And if I move my queen somewhere, let's say here.
No, at least queen h8, queen f6, so I didn't bother looking more.
Yep.
I mean, he at least has a draw here. So, maybe I should go queen c7 or
Queen c7.
there was.
But again, what if I do this here?
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I was thinking first queen b2. But the problem is just queen g7, I think.
Very interesting. This is a very nice trick, and I think practically it would have posed
It would
you
have
the
been,
most
exactly.
problems.
Yeah. I'm still not sure whether maybe I can play. Can I play queen b4? Oh no, he has just checks. Yeah. Yeah. So it was not that easy.
Even rook g1.
Yeah. Now it should be quite easy.
Now your queen comes back.
Yeah. And now it's yeah.
And this queen action, even though you have, he has one pawn, the pawns are all scattered. And
Also, like his pieces are completely dominated. His rook cannot move, and now rook h3. I'm threatening. so
that's a nice mate. If did this happen?
no. So he sort of dominated. So now I'm just improving my position.
Yeah, it's to go back.
Yeah. So
And he resigned,
He
yeah.
resigned. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So a very tricky game, and it's very nice that you won it. So few questions that people have been asking you. First is, what are your views on Vishy becoming rapid champion?
I mean, he's an absolute legend, and what I like about him, like he's like truly world class player, but also such a nice person, like very down to earth.
Hmm.
And
We had this picture of you in all this crowd.
Uh-huh.
You put your hand out to Vishy in Mumbai, and he
Okay.
shook it.
Yeah.
And it's a very nice picture. It was a firm handshake,
Yeah.
and there are all people around. I have that picture. with me.
no, with Anand around, there has to be like a lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
Such a nice guy, yeah. I mean, especially like when you win world championship, any sort of world championship at the age of 48, 49, it's like amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah.
By the way, Chess Forever asks, was f4 possible at some point in this game for White? Was he able to play f4?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really think so, because before my knight was coming on e5, and once he gave up the exchange, it was
G3 would be
yeah,
hanging
something is
here.
always hanging.
Okay. Any tips for 1600 to 1700 player? Very
Well, just enjoy your chess and try to see as many classics as you can, and like I mean the old games of world champions.
okay. So learn from classics is his opinion. And by the way, thanks for that, because I have made a DVD on that subject and learn from the classics.
You should definitely watch it. Yeah. Who asked that one? So you should.
Yeah, you
watch
should
that
buy
one.
it, and I'll keep a check if you have bought it or not. By the way, there's also another question for you. How can we become the next Abhijeet Gupta? Which is, in fact, what he's trying to ask is, how can we become the next Mr. Commonwealth?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, you first of all, you have to enjoy the game. I mean, you have to really like something what you're doing. Otherwise, there's no point, just working on something which I mean, eventually you're going to get bored of it.
Yeah.
So you have to find that drive. You have to find that passion, and if you have it, then everything the rest is like the easy part. If you're motivated, like you will keep working on it. So it's like the constant process. If you like something, for sure, I mean, sooner or later you will achieve some success in that.
Yes. Great. You should love the game. And Abhijeet, one very interesting thing, today begins the Wimbledon of chess, Tata Steel. We have 2 in the Masters section, 2 players in Challengers. What's your opinion about, first of all, Anand and Adiban? Any chances of them winning the title this year?
No, I mean, I'm not sure about Adiban though, but like last year he performed like exceedingly well. He was third, so in such a strong event, he beat Karyakin. I mean, and his games were also like quite exciting. Whereas Anand is definitely one of the favorites to start the event, and yeah, I mean, and he also has quite a good record at Tata Steel, or like previously I can say
5 wins. Yeah.
5 wins. So I'm really hoping that he does well in this event.
Adiban is a close friend of yours. What made him finish third ahead of Aronian, Karyakin and all these guys at the Tata Steel?
He's very ambitious. We were talking about it. Like ambitious opponent can also beat you, can also lose to you. So he has this drive. I mean, not drive, but he's not scared of anybody, which is always a good sign. And so that's why, when it's his day, when he's playing well, when he's getting his positions, that kind of motivation always drives you to play good chess, or that when you play when you're not playing for a draw, you get this killer instinct in yourself, that okay, I have to do something, I mean, not necessarily win the game. I don't know how to explain it in words, but so he has this quality which is amazing. That's probably the biggest quality. Because of that, he managed to do so well, I can say.
Also very positive. Like the last time I spoke to him a few days ago, he said, everyone's telling me now the players would know me at Tata Steel and it won't be easy. And he said that, but they don't know that now that Adiban knows that he can beat these guys. So he's very confident about this fact, that he can beat them. So it would be interesting to see how he fares. And with it, do you think he qualifies?
No, he's also a very strong player. I mean, like he's world number 30.
Yeah. But he has good chances to make it to Masters section if he wins.
Yeah, but I mean, he has very different style than Adiban. So it's like he's rock solid, whereas Adiban will be,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that he does well and he comes to the Masters section next year.
You yourself played the Challengers once.
I played the C group.
You played the C group.
When they used to have the C group.
So if you would have won, you would have gone to the B group.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of pressure on, because you were playing in the top? I think you finished 4th, if I'm not wrong.
I think once I finished 2nd and once I finished 4th, something like that. But the first time I was there, I was quite nervous because I haven't seen these guys like Carlsen, Aronian, and the first game I'm playing and I see Carlsen playing somewhere bishop h6 like on move 10 or 15, and I just couldn't take my eyes off that board, and I lost on time that game. Yeah. So it takes some time, to get used to the fact that you're sharing the same hall with these guys. Yeah.
It happened to me once, of course, at a very lower level when I played the World Juniors. when I was just 2200 and there were all these GMs, not to mention the very beautiful girls in the World Junior Girls section. But yeah, it can sometimes, the environment can become a little bit too much, so you need to be focused on your game. By the way, Chess Forever says you are a truly charming and nice person and
you.
wishing you to cross 2700 soon.
Thank you so much.
And really, this is something we are hoping for, Abhijeet. Please take it very seriously. we want you to get to 2700.
But just like few minutes back, you said I never get sad or I'm never serious. So it'll be, yeah. But yeah, thank you for all the wishes. I'll try my best.
Yes. So thanks a lot, Abhijeet, for coming in and showing us your game. And we'll let you go. Today is a rest day, sort of now, half
Rest day now. Yeah.
So take some good rest.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. By the way, Ayush Nayak says, what's mistake written behind you? Well, it's a quote which says, the player who makes the next to the last mistake is the one who usually wins. Yeah? Wait. Yeah, victory goes to the player who makes the next to the last mistake. So, and that's a nice quote. You should not make the last mistake. And yes, some of the people have mentioned that should be looking to become a GM and play professional chess. Well, very difficult to manage everything, professional chess and all. So I'm right now currently busy working with promoting chess and covering events, doing a lot of things for Indian chess. I'm sure that I'll make a comeback soon. As you can see, these interviews with top players helps me a lot to gain knowledge and stuff. So I'm getting better in that sense. I hope I can show it on the board whenever I come back to play. So this is, I think, all for today. I'll quickly run you through the results that have taken place and that have been there. Naidish won against Ziaur Rahman. Karthikeyan Murli is playing well. I think maybe he's winning. Timur Garev is in the studio. Just a very quick thing, Timur, did you win your game?
I drew.
You drew the game. You played the dragon today. Very, very risky game, yeah?
After dragon was risky. Maybe for just a brief minute.
Yeah, very, very quickly. Not to take too much of your time. Very tired you look today. Seems like you were on the defensive today.
Tired but alive.
Tired but alive. So, how was your game?
It was pretty sharp, as I played the international master Nitin,
Yes.
and he played. I think he played top level game in this scenario. Possibly some of the sharper lines that could have caused both of us some trouble, in trying to understand what was going on over the board. Because in Dragon you rarely ever know. So, and I managed to get along with the challenges of playing with black pieces at times, because you don't want to play too dry, you don't want to keep it, you don't want to make it boring.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, if you play some sharp, then you're taking risks.
Sure. Yeah, when he played G4, H4, H5, I thought this is going to be either a win or a loss, but it ended in a draw.
I just had to play solid. At times you have to defend.
Yeah. So Timur, you're doing okay over here in this tournament. You did lose one game on walkover, but after that you haven't lost any. Yeah.
It's been fairly consistent now. But I had a few nice wins. And obviously today I played the strongest competitor out of the players I faced so far, and I played another great game. I think it was pretty interesting.
Great.
Pretty solid for both of us to learn those lessons.
Right. So thanks a lot, Timur, for coming briefly to the studio. Yeah. It's always nice for people to have a glimpse of you.
Yeah.
Because it's happy,
well,
smiling
I'm sure
face.
the people already have the image of me, and they're like just cherished in their hearts. Whenever they win in blindfold chess. When they don't, they're like, oh man, that guy.
Get the blindfold king, and what is he doing to us? Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully the viewers enjoying all the different styles and of players, and the strength of players is just really unpredictable.
Yes,
each match could be just an incredible battle.
I think that you should come to India once again, because then you would know everyone and
Or just stay. Just stay.
yes,
Just stay in
back.
India.
Stay back. Goa.
Namaste.
Go to Goa. All right. Thanks a lot, Timur, and have a good
Thanks a
evening. Yeah.
Bon appetit.
And by the way, we have a very good result for Indians today. Karthikeyan Murli just won his game against Trantuan Mean. The last time we were looking at his game, we said that he would have absolutely no chances of winning that position, but it turns out that he was able to trick his Vietnamese opponent. So a good win for Karthikeyan. He moves to 6.5. That means tomorrow he takes on Arkady Naidic. Ivan Rozum and Vignesh Drew. Sivuk Vitali is going to defend. Is a bishop up. So Deep Sen Gupta has to defend a bishop and rook versus rook endgame. I think Deep will be able to manage that. So it will be, or is he already in trouble? Just quick look at this game. I mean, not trying to get this stream up again, but last move was King E3, and is this already a mating net here? Because if you were to play King C1, which looks like a move to get out of this, then you have rook check, King D1, and then you could move back somewhere, I don't know, here, stop the check, threatening bishop F3 and rook C1 mate. How do you stop this? It looks impossible to stop because the B1 square is also guarded. So that's all over, yeah? Yeah, this is bad news for Deep, it seems. But if he doesn't go King C1, I don't see any other way. If he goes here, that is bishop D3. Maybe first this and now King C1. I must give this check. You have to go back. Also could consider going to B1 now, because there is no real good discovered check according to me, and you want to escape somehow to A1. Okay, so seems like defendable for Deep. He must give this check. Bishop D3 is forced if you want to win, and then King C1.
You are an expert in rook and bishop versus rook. So
No, not really an expert, but I have done a bit of study on this endgame. But this is somehow different. I mean, it's not always you get the exact positions that you have studied. So every time there's some new challenges to face. But definitely King D1 will not be. So here, how do you win exactly? I'm trying to understand. Yeah, not so easy to win here as well. King C1. Somehow Deep is surviving. Deep is surviving here. Let's hope he manages to save himself. Yeah, we have this position on the board. King C1 is played. Other results, let's say Deep might be able to draw. Tivyakov drew against Akash PC Iyer. Good result for the youngster. Alberto David drew with Nubair Shah Sheikh. Nubair is doing really well. Vaibhav Suri beat Ankit Gajwa. Ankit beat 2 GMs yesterday, so finally his run came to an end today. Sindaro Javokir, very talented Uzbek youngster, lost to Amanotov Farooq. Garev, as we just had in the studio right now, he drew with Nitin. Roland Pruisers won his game against Shyam Nikhil. So those were the top board results. Of course, there were many more upsets that took place, like Solodov Nichenko losing to Sankalp Gupta. Lalit Babu did win his game, but Samir Katmale beating Diptayan Ghosh. Now that's a big result. In fact, he's completely out of sync, it seems, Diptayan Ghosh here. Interesting games going on. So guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I think this is the end of the live coverage today. We have a few games going on, but you can watch them live on live.chessbase.com or on Chessbase India. So stay tuned and do subscribe to our channel. We will be coming live tomorrow again. See you.